Take 2 on the pre-chorus. Okay, so the pre-chorus is a little bit of an odd one in terms of the structure on it and when the chords actually change, but if you play it through a couple of times with the record and you listen to it, you'll be able to hear the changes that I'm taking on here. Now we're going to be working with little partial chords because again, we're not playing it exactly like the piano version. If you do want that really advanced version, then by all means head over to the website and make a suggestion, because I do listen to the comments and make lessons based on the members of the website. This is an easier version, so bear that in mind when we approach this, because it will sound a little bit different to the original live song that she did, but this will work extremely well anyway. The first chord requires no fingers on the left hand. You would have just played a D major chord because you're finishing up on the verse from verse 1. 3, 4. Then we're moving to the next chord, which is no fingers needed. Bass is on the low E string, the B string and the E string are what the first and second fingers of the right hand are going to be doing. Same pattern as before, bass, first, second, first, bass. And this time we're only going to be doing 2 repeats of this pattern. So you've got this first part here. Then you bring on the second finger onto the second fret on this low string and repeat the same thing. Now that's it's supposed to imply an E major 9, depending on how you look at it. Then, after you've done that twice, you go to the D major chord and you play it 4 times. But you want to play the notes with the thumb on the D, the first finger, which is an A, on the second fret here on the G string, and then the third fret on the B string here. That's what you want to play. And you repeat that 4 times. 3, 4. So the whole pattern goes from starting with this low E, no fingers on the left hand, then the second fret, then you move into D for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you repeat. When you change to the D chord on the second time of this, rather than playing the notes that I told you here, you actually take it a little bit higher and you play the full D chord, and the pattern goes like this. Thumb on the D string, then the first finger tackles the 3rd fret on the B string, and then that extra higher note here is the 2nd fret, which is on the F sharp. But you just play a D major chord as you would with the left hand. But on the second time that you've repeated this pattern, on the D major chord here, you then play the higher notes. So this is the second time I'm going to play through, just so that you can hear how that sounds. Then the higher notes. And again, like I said about this one, the structure of this is a bit weird. So on the second time through, you only play that twice, and then we change chord. Rather than staying on it for 4 times, you play it twice. 2. Next shape we move to is based off of an E major, and you're playing the top 3 strings, but you only need the first finger on the 1st fret, and then the 2 open strings, the B and the E, and you're going to play that twice. Then the final shape of this, before we actually go to the chorus, remember we're on the pre-chorus here, is that F sharp minor that we had from the previous verses, exactly the same, where you're barring across the 3 notes, and you do the same picking pattern twice. So that whole pre-chorus section sounds like this. First time, then going to D major, the lower notes, 2, 3, 4, then we're going slightly different on the second time. The higher notes, 2, the E major, 2, F sharp minor. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the pre-chorus. Now, it's very difficult to learn this pre-chorus because of the 2 different sort of sections there. The first repeat, where you're playing a normal sort of low end of the D major chord, and then when you change it, you're only going to play it twice instead of 4 times, and you introduce 2 more chord shapes to the end of it. But that's Adele for you, just changing it up a little bit. So that is section 2. We're going to move on to section 3 with beautiful chorus.